all of your wishes will come true if you pay attention to the advice in this video. Let's listen to Louise Hay, an American motivational author and the founder of Hay House. She has written several New Thought self-help books, including 1984's You Can Heal Your Life. In the words of Louise Hay, you're going to decide what you want to do with the information that you're being provided. You hold the authority over me, nor I over you. And you must be aware of this. We frequently believe that we are helpless. We are not nevertheless helpless because we have our minds. We have our minds, and your thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes shape and mold your life from moment to moment. And you also want to be aware of your significance in the world. You could argue, well, I don't do much, but the very fact that you are alive is significant. And your life has a purpose. Indeed, it does. And by using your thoughts, you can contribute to the peace and harmony of this earth. Now, some people are politically active, while others march, serve in the Peace Corps, feed the homeless, and do a variety of other things. And that's all right. But you can also contribute to the peace and harmony of the world through your mental processes. Remember that every time you think, you are connecting with people who share your beliefs. Consider this for a moment. Robert Schuller, a representative of the United Nations, stated not too long ago, in a phrase that I greatly admire, that the human race needs to realize that it deserves peace. We must accept it in our minds. Many people feel that war is inevitable, that it will last forever, and that we will constantly be at war. In addition, I believe that these individuals' mentality contributes to the continuation of wars. But if we know that we deserve peace and that it is possible, we can make it a reality for ourselves. And when we begin by building peace within ourselves, then within our tiny circle of family or friends, and at our jobs, and then as we allow this peacefulness to spread, we will discover an increasing amount of peace on the earth. So, keep in mind that practicing inner peace will help us connect with other peaceful individuals worldwide. Spirituality unites all souls on the world on a spiritual level, and the sensation of cosmic spirituality that we are presently experiencing is simply marvelous. When I discuss spirituality, I do not always refer to religion. Religions have a propensity to divide us. You know, religions frequently instruct us on whom to love, how to love them, and who is lovable and who is not. To me, we are all lovable, and I truly feel that we are all worthy of love, because I believe that love is the only force capable of bringing about sustainable, positive change on our earth. Our spirituality is a direct link to the ultimate greater power. There is no need for an intermediary in this case. Start to see how our spirituality connects us, on a soul level, on a global scale. What kind of like-minded individuals do you wish to connect with? Every time you engage in judgment and criticism, you connect with others who are also judgmental and critical. This will be returned to you. Remember that what we give always comes back to us. And each time you meditate, you connect with like-minded individuals who are also meditating. To me, meditation is just closing one's eyes, turning within, and remaining still long enough to hear one's own inner wisdom. You have the answers within you. In fact, you have every solution within you, and you must be quiet for some time in order to hear them. This, I believe, is the aim of meditation. It's a link between yourself and your higher self. Therefore, each time you do this, you connect with others who are also doing it. And each time you perform a visualization for the sake of healing your body or the world, you connect with others who are doing the same. And multiple times throughout the day, you may question yourself, with whom am I currently interacting? Just sort of observe your current state of mind, and whether you are grumbling, that it's all your fault, or are you thinking in order to generate inner peace and harmony? because if you can create inner harmony, you will have outside harmony. Keep in mind that if we want to repair the world, we must first heal ourselves, because you are the center of your universe. You are the center of your world. Likewise, so are you. Likewise, so are you. Each and every one of us is the center of our own universe. Consequently, the world expands from us like ripples in a pond. And when we create harmony within, when we are tranquil within, that harmony and peacefulness radiates out into the world, touching people, places, and things. You know how someone can walk into a room without saying a word, and you can be instantly attracted to them or repulsed by them. We respond to what they provide. We somehow perceive these vibrations, picking up on what is occurring within others. Hence, let us ensure that we emanate harmony and love. I believe that in order to change the world and the people in our life, we must first change ourselves. We must love ourselves and be willing to contribute to our inner peace and harmony. And we also need to be truthful with ourselves, considering how adept we are at hiding from ourselves. But if we are to make changes, we must be truthful with ourselves, and that does not entail demeaning ourselves. However, it does necessitate the willingness to recognize the aspects in ourselves that require modification. It is extremely self-destructive when we lie to ourselves. This is not self-love, and it is not at all nourishing. We must be truthful with ourselves, and we must likewise be truthful with others, and we must learn to say no in a loving manner, and not always yes. Then doing things we don't want to do, and then resenting it because we weren't truthful enough to say no. And I believe it is more difficult to be honest with others until we are more honest with ourselves. And the primary benefit of being honest is that we always receive what we give in life. And this is effective on all levels. If we are insignificant or condemn others, we will also be judged. If we are perpetually furious and quick to assign blame, we will face anger wherever we go. If we steal someone's time or their self-respect, we commit theft. Or if we refuse to appreciate another person's outstanding work, we might anticipate that our dishonest behaviors would result in unfavorable experiences. On the other side, every time we treat ourselves with respect, and every time we nurture and support ourselves and others, we receive positive experiences in return, regardless of how we may attempt to rationalize it. False actions never succeed. They never succeed. And the further you progress down the spiritual road, the quicker it returns to you. When we take something that does not belong to us, from a paperclip at the office to big shoplifting or robber, we are essentially telling the universe that we do not feel deserving of earning our own. And because we believe there is not enough to go around, we desire to be stolen from you because we are not good enough. Or we can consider that we must be deceitful and take our goods if we feel that the world is a dog-eat-dog environment. We will be eaten because that is how things work. These ideas impede us from enjoying prosperity because they erect barriers, and you cannot enjoy the happiness, tranquility, and love in your life. If we take from the world will take from us. It's that easy. And these bad attitudes are not the essence of who you are. You are a divinely stunning manifestation of life, and you are deserving of the best. You must recognize and accept this. Our earth is abounding in resources, and by employing the proper consciousness, we constantly attract good fortune. What we believe about ourselves and our lives will manifest as our reality. If we wish to alter our circumstances, we must modify our worldviews. Periodically ask yourself, what do I actually believe about this? And reflect, what am I feeling? And do I truly desire it? Do as they request of me. Why am I performing this? Start exploring your ideas and what is occurring within you. be truthful with yourself, and discover your own thoughts and beliefs. You shouldn't always be on autopilot and say, "Well, that's just how I am," or "what I do." Actually, why do you do that? And if it's not a positive, nutritious experience in your life, try to determine where you came from and where you did it first. Was that something you learned as a child? If so, you should probably let it go. You don't need it anymore. If you have it, you realize that this is the way things are. Then, with such an attitude, it is impossible for you to change. In addition, if you know everything, if you are a person who knows everything, you cannot change because you cannot accept new ideas. We wish to be open to learning and development, and we're continually striving for greater comprehension, consciousness, and knowledge, so that we may experience and do things differently. You don't want to evaluate yourself based on what you used to do, where you are, what you don't know, or what you lack. Simply learn more, study, know, attend classes, read books, listen to recordings, and converse with others. There's so much we can learn now. It's amazing. Learn about yourself, your beliefs, and the way your mind specifically functions. And is it functioning in a way that genuinely improves your life? Explore numerous new pathways in order to begin to comprehend more, accept new concepts, and broaden your mind. Actually, we hear so much about addictions these days, and we believe that there are several types of addictions, besides pharmacological ones. When we hear the word addiction, we instantly think of chemical dependency, but there are also pattern addictions, and everybody of us is addicted to something, since addictions are basically habits that we develop to avoid being in the present. We really don't want to deal with the current situation. We don't allow ourselves to be where we are and to know what's truly going on in our own lives because we have an escape route. So, each of us has an addiction. I have no idea what yours are, but we all have something, whatever it is we do. Some individuals have a food addiction. For some, it is a chemical dependency, and for others, it may be an emotional dependency. Remember that it is possible to become hooked to finding fault in others. Numerous folks favor this manner. Fear may become addictive. If you're someone who is hooked to finding fault, then no matter what's happening, you'll always find someone to blame. It is their fault because they did it, or perhaps you have an addiction to incurring debt. There are so many individuals who are so dependent on debt. They do everything they can to be perpetually in debt and over their heads, and it does not appear to have much to do with whether they have any money or not. Consequently, if you consider debt to be an addiction, it is a pattern addiction that we engage in. One can develop an addiction to rejection, or having others reject them. And if this is one of your addictions, you will attract individuals who reject you. Wherever you go, that you know who is observing me, who will reject me, and who will not accept me. However, the rejection we experience outside is always a reflection of the rejection we experience ourselves. If you do not reject yourself, no one else will do so for you. Or, even if they do, it will be irrelevant. You will pay it no regard. You must understand that if you feel rejected by others, it is because you are rejecting yourself. Ask yourself honestly how you reject yourself. Where am I lacking acceptance? So, you may consider addictions and what addiction you have, as well as whether you may transform your negative addiction into a positive one. If you are going to become dependent on something, why not be addicted to self-love, positive affirmations, or something that genuinely supports and loves you? Mankind is connected to one another in this world, not by physical or verbal methods, but by something far deeper, a spiritual relationship, regardless of how far apart or unlike mankind is. People have a tendency to doubt themselves and experience unpleasant emotions. But this does not have to be the case. This is because you own a mind, and with this mindset, individuals can change. Only the knowledge of how to change is required. People must understand that they can achieve inner peace through transformation, or the desire to change, and as a result, this inner peace can expand to the people around them, influencing everyone one at a time. For inner peace can only spread to the world if it is present, so never forget, everyone in the world is significant. Nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and do let us know your comments in the comment section.